I left the meeting with you guys and then, went on the field. We were doing, some PFP work, and, the Mariners pitchers at the time were getting their throwing program in. So it was, everything was normal. We started BP. We went through group 1 and group 2 was on the field. And that's when Scott came over, and said, hey, we just had a team meeting, and, our guys aren't going to play tonight with everything going on. They voted on it. And he said, I don't have enough players to, put a group out, on the field. And that's where it was. So obviously a lot of things have to, take place. I know, owner to owners, ownership groups, we're talking GM to GM and front offices. And so that's how we, initially found out. And then, there's still, we were still trying to get more and more information. Are we playing 2 tomorrow? Are we playing 1? We're waiting to hear information from the league. So that is kind of how it went down. And then we had a meeting in the clubhouse at 4:30. We were gathering more and more information. So we bumped that, back 15, 20 minutes. And then when we were able to get, the information, there's a lot of things that go on. If we do play 2 tonight, that changes the travel plans, the flights and everything in Colorado. So we're just trying to gather more and more information so we could give our players, be as transparent as we could with all the information we had. I think it all happened, pretty quickly, because we were preparing to play and just trying to represent, our group. I think 100% we respect the Mariners' decision. We've got a very diverse group as well, and we come from different backgrounds and different parts of the world. And while we respect their decision, I think maybe where we differ a little bit is just in the action plan going forward. And we've got a diverse group, and we wanted to play. We want to, come from different parts of the world. We love working together. We love playing together. We love, communicating and pulling for one another. And so, like I said, while we respect their decision, I think, we wanted to play. We were unanimous in our group, and, we talked to a lot of guys, and our guys wanted to play. I think, one thing that happened after we got the news, like I said, ownership groups spoke, front office groups, they spoke. Obviously, Service and I spoke. One thing I probably failed to mention afterwards, also a group of representation of the Mariners players and the Padre players went together, and they spoke as well. It's horrible what's going on. There's no doubt about it. And I think we can all agree, both sides, that, change needs to happen. I just know from our players, I think the best way to represent it is, we love our neighbors, we love our brothers. And that's kind of the stance that we've had in there. But like I said, as far as, what our guys wanted to do, they wanted to, show a diverse group, going out, working together, playing together, loving one another. And that's that's what we think for our group, the Padres, is right. That doesn't make their decision over there's nothing right or wrong here. That just represents how we feel. We've had those conversations, but they continue. They never stop. And I think that happens one-on-one, one-on-3. We're talking to different guys on our team and trying to get, their feelings and what's going on their inside and everything going on. And then also, besides the one-on-one or the small groups, and then we also speak to our group in whole in the clubhouse as well. So I guess to answer your question, both of those, went on and they will continue to go on. It's pretty selfish, honestly, with everything going on to think about how, it affects, our travel and our fatigue and our pitching rotation, all that. Honestly, that's pretty selfish. I know this. We got a group that, loves one another and believes in one another. And we're becoming, it feels like each day, tougher and tougher inside and outside. And so, I think it's just a small challenge ahead of us, the doubleheader. And then, like you said, going to Colorado. So if we got to make some pitching adjustments or bring a couple extra arms on the taxi squad, so be it. But, understanding that there's a lot of people hurting out there. Change needs to happen. And I think if we viewed anything like, against us, I just think there's bigger issues going on in the world today than, being able to shuffle a pitching rotation and making sure guys' legs are fresh.